Welcome back again, amazing ladies and gentlemen, delectable listeners of the greatest genre in the world, Afrobeats. We're back again with our stories this week. I'm Director Cruz. This is Billboard Nigeria, and we're coming to you with Billboard Nigeria Weekly News. This week, let me start with some Nepo gist. Davido and 11 teamed up to give us that thing on their song Give Me That Thing.
Give me that whoa. She na Nepo, she a little bougie. No, your papa no get money past me. Call me daddy, what's your own training?
A very popular line on that song was 11 saying that labels want to give him sign-in, but first things first, make them give him that thing. And whilst we can sign off on the fact that 11 is yet to stay in the industry, I can't help but reminisce on the fact that Akon said he missed out on signing Drake and then signed Wizkid instead. Oh, you didn't know? Well, these were words from the legend himself in a recent interview.
Drake was the only one that I had a shot at, and that was through Cardinal Official.
And you didn't see the vision?
No, it wasn't that I didn't see the vision. It's just Drake wasn't that Drake that Drake wasn't that Drake then.
Did you discover Wizkid, or did you just help push him?
No, so I didn't discover Wizkid. Banky W discovered Wizkid.
Okay.
And then I signed Wizkid through Banky W.
Oh.
So that's how that collaboration went. So when I went to Nigeria, Banky brought me Wiz, and I was like, bro, this kid is a star. Mm-hmm. But obviously, you know, they had limited resources. So when I signed Wiz, that's when we broke him out of the United States. Speaking
of legends, it is undeniable the legendary status that Burna Boy has reached in the international scene. Sometimes I look at him and I'm like, I wonder and I admire how far that he has come. He's so far gone that himself and Chris Martin of Coldplay were recently spotted having a cute moment arguing on who the greater person is.
I'm good. No, don't do that, Chris. Don't do that. You need to be on the floor.
Something all of us definitely want is a greater Nigeria, and the First Lady of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, calls on Davido, Burna Boy and Asake to help the poor masses in the country by setting up foundations and placing less focus on buying cars.
The Burna Boys of this world, Asake, all of them, Davido, we want to see you with one foundation or the other, helping the poor with your money. Not just good cars are good. A Maybach is good, Rolls Royce is good, but still, you can still help. The burden on the government is huge. You can still help.
She has been under a lot of fire for that statement, but not as much fire as Fireboy is bringing into the industry, as Fireboy announces his 5th studio album titled Zuko.
This time, they'll remember.
This comes after a long musical break from the Afro R&B artist. Speaking of Afro R&B, Spotify recently reviewed Tyler, Tems, Ira Star, Omale, and Fireboy as the top 5 most streamed African R&B artists in 2025. Whilst we're still talking about records, Tems becomes the first female African act to earn a rare diamond single in the US with Wait For You by Future and Drake.
How you feel? When I'm loaded, I keep it real.
And speaking of artists that know what's at stake and deliver every time on the stage, Asake's In God We Trust tour is now closer than ever. After a convincing performance at Afro Nation, the next stop for the Afrobeats Superstar is Chicago, Illinois. Davido will also be making a stop in the UK as the first announced show date for his album RIAA is at O2 Forum, Kentish Town on the 11th of August. And that has been the news this week. I know what we're going to do now. We're going to check the chart, the Billboard 202 albums charts, the Billboard Artist 101 charts, and finally the Billboard Hot 101 songs in the country. time for the Billboard 202 albums charts. Let's look at the top 10 together. At number 10, we have Fujimoto by Sheyi Vibes. At number 9, we have Mr. Money with a Vibe by Asake. At number 8, we have Captain by Benson. At number 7, we have Real Volume 1 by Wizkid and Asake. At number 6, we have The Game Needs Us by Benson and SARS. At number 5, we have No Signs of Weakness by Burna Boy. At number 4, we have Catharsis by Fola. At number 3, we have Work of Art by Asake. At number 2, we have Clarity of Mind by Omale. And finally, at number 1, back-to-back weeks at number 1, we have Money by Asake. Now it's time for the Billboard Nigeria Artist 101 chart. Let's look at the top 10 together. At number 10, we have Victoni. At number 9, we have Fola. At number 8, we have Benson. At number 7, we have Rema. At number 6, we have Star. At number 5, we have Tems. At number 4, we have Asake. At number 3, we have Wizkid. At number 2, we have Davido. And finally, at number 1, back-to-back weeks now at number 1, we have Burna Boy. And so, ladies and gentlemen, it's finally time for the Billboard Hot 101 songs in the country. Let's look at the top 10 once again together. At number 10, we have Worship by Asake. At number 9, we have MCBH by Asake. At number 8, we have Back Outside by Benson and SARS. At number 7, we have Chanel by Black Bones and Asake. At number 6, we have Elumelu by Young John. At number 5, we have Slick by Victoni. At number 4, we have I Know Who I Be by Davido.
I'm a bad guy, my designer, waka waka, Balenciaga, I'm Prada, you must have gone insane if you think you're slow.
Number 3, we have Treat You Right by Fola and Star. At number 2, we have Forgiveness by Asake.
Forgiveness, forgiveness, Father forgive me for the bad things when I don't do. Consistency.
And finally, back to back weeks at number 1, we have Gratitude by Asake. Now you already know what to do. Click that like button, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend that this is where it happens every week. Follow us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, X, and you can also check out our website at billboardnigeria.com. See you next week. I've been Director Cruz. This has been Billboard Nigeria Weekly News, brought to you by Billboard Nigeria.